Good morning, Farnsley Wildcats and Farnsley community. This is our Monday morning message. Today is January 11th, 2021, and I hope you all are well rested and ready to tackle this week. We've got a lot of things to cover this week and a lot of things going on. I just want you to be prepared and to talk you through it, okay? One of the first things I like to share, as I always like to start off, is our focus. I've started the series in talking about Farnsley's motto, and we are almost through with the motto. Next week will be our culmination of the entire motto and looking back and reflecting on what it all means. So, our motto at Farnsley is that I am unique, I am pursuing excellence, I am developing, I am a lifelong learner. Together, we are Farnsley. So, our focus this week is that I am a lifelong learner. And what does it mean to be a lifelong learner? It makes me think about a quote from Henry Ford. And Henry Ford was the founder of Ford Motor Company. And he was instrumental in creating what they call now Fordism or what have you, but mass production of inexpensive goods coupled with high wages for workers. Okay, it's a whole lot of jargon. What he did was he perfected an assembly line. So instead of a group of people all getting together to make a car and just keep tinkering around with making a car and I need this drill to be able to do this, or I need this screwdriver to be able to put these wheels on, and I need this to put the tires on and the steering wheel on and so forth. Instead of working together all to make one whole thing complete, collectively this way, they worked on perfecting that one skill until that was done and then pass it on to someone else, pass it on to someone else. And each one of them perfected that one thing. So it made it a lot faster, more efficient. And you knew, like, oh, wait a minute, this isn't going in right. I've perfected this small part of my job, but I perfected it so much that I can do it quicker. I know when something's wrong. I know when it needs a little more oomph or what have you, or the hole wasn't big enough, whatever, so that it goes to somebody else and they perfect what they do. At the end, they were making thousands of cars in one day because they were able to focus and stabilize on just that one thing and do that one thing well. It's called assembly line. So anyway, his quote is, remember, our motto is I am a lifelong learner. So his quote is anyone who stops learning is old, whether at 20 or 80. Anyone who keeps learning stays young. So I say to you, it doesn't matter how old you are, what are you learning? What are you doing to continue your lifelong learning? Um, I always give a little insight on what I'm doing or what have you. There are a lot of things that I needed to prepare myself for this job, and we talked about that before. But I'm not done. I have 3 degrees, but okay, I'm not done. Just what it is. And that's not to say that I'm smarter than someone else who has fewer degrees. That is not true. That is far not true. Okay. So just understand that it just qualifies me or gives me a certification to do this versus that or what have you. And so I challenge you. What is your life? What are you continuing to learn? So in my pursuit currently, there are things that I struggle at night or sit there and think, what can I improve on? How can I do something better? So instead of me beating myself in the head or laying awake at night because I need to sleep, I do a little research. I get online and I pull off articles that will help me understand. Like right now, I'll be truthful with you. I am worried about this pandemic and how it is affecting our students and our families, and not just academically, but social and emotional. How are they feeling about themselves, about the world around them, and how do we move forward? How can I help? How can I educate? And how can I push us to where we need to be? Just know that we're here for you. We will work through everything together. It is not easy, and it's not easy on anyone. So I don't want anyone to get the misconception that, oh yeah, I got it all figured out. I don't. So instead of me trying to beat myself over the head or lay awake at night, I do some research. I talk to colleagues. I talk to somebody, and when I say colleagues, they're other people at different schools. But think about the other kids in your class. If there is something that's troubling you or something that you're not able to do so well, look around. That's the reason that you're in a class together. If somebody else is expressing that they get it a little more than you, then by all means, reach out to them and ask them, how did you figure that out? How do you understand that? And go from there. So I challenge you to continue to learn. Don't take it as, oh, I'm finished with school or I finished this assignment. How can you do better? What can you do better? And how do you push on? I continue to read articles every day. I put it in my calendar from this time to this time. I have a block of about an hour of time, at least one time a day, sometimes twice a day, that I read up on articles to keep my mind fresh and to keep me going and to help you all in turn and then help you all out as well. So, as always, I ask you to either take a picture of that QR code or hit that Padlet link and give me your suggestions, give me your ideas, give me your thoughts. How are you staying young? How are you continuing with your learning? And I'm not simply talking about the assignments that your classes are giving you, your teachers are giving you. How do you continue and push yourself? Like maybe you're into technology or maybe you're into robotics and you'd like to figure out how to make this happen, or you know what, I'm into cooking and maybe I want to perfect this or do this better. How do you push forward, or where do you get the research to learn how to do and practice and keep it going? So please give me some comments and things that you've done. I do read all of your comments and I try to comment on them or share back. I want to thank those who have commented on my previous morning messages, and I've read every last one of them, even commented on most all of them, and kept going. I'd like to give a shout out to Quentin, Nyla, Carrie, Alexa, Mr. Baker, and Miss Cross, who have made comments and submissions on previous ones as well. I also want to focus on a couple student shout outs. This past week, I visited quite a few classes and or sessions, and I've learned a lot and kept going from there. Way to go. I have to give these shout outs to, out of all the classes that I visited, was most impressed with Cadence H and Kaylin S. You all are rocking it in class. And what do I mean by that? I'll be very specific. When you give praise, be very specific on your praise so that others and they know what they did well, that they need to continue. In the class, they were all productively struggling with this math lesson, trying to figure out the difference in weight versus a gram, kilogram, a pound, or what have you. And instead of them just letting the teacher tell them what it was, they continued and she used real life examples. They participated throughout the entire lesson. They came off mute. They typed in the chat. They gave their thoughts. They didn't just let life happen. They joined in that. So it really does demonstrate what they were learning and understanding. It actually helped a lot of the other kids around if they were paying attention that, oh, I should have said that. And oh, that's what I was thinking. I'm glad she was brave enough to say it. But the biggest thing is that they realized that even if they got it wrong, it's okay. They're all in this together. They're all doing a productive struggle together in getting through the lesson and getting a greater understanding on how one concept is understood and moving forward. I really do appreciate Cadence and Kaylin for all your hard work and rocking it out in class. Keep it up. Don't stop and never be afraid to learn. Step out there and hopefully others will do the same thing. I also like to give a shout out to the Black Student Union that I did visit this past week. I always love when I'm able to engage with students, and especially when they are really, really, really demonstrating their leadership skills and abilities, and they're not afraid to try, and they are producing great work. Keyshawn Johnson, way to go. And Miss Satcham, you too. Thank you so much for all your hard work and your leadership and the direction. I encourage each and every one of you to encourage others, encourage your peers to come into something that you are doing and share in your leadership abilities and say, hey, come on, just sit here and pay attention. I bet you'll get involved eventually and move forward from there. But the first thing you have to do is show up. So please show up. And even if it's not to this particular Class, perhaps another Passion Friday that you'd like to show up. A lot of students did share that Passion Friday is just another assignment. I just don't have time or whatever. Believe it or not, it is a great way for social engagement. It's not a required assignment attached to it, but it helps you get out of the rut of the everyday and oh gosh, it's just me sitting at home by myself or what have you, and I'm not able to get out and connect. This is a way for you to get out and connect on a different level than you normally would. Okay, so I encourage you to do so. Passion Fridays are every Friday from 12:30 until 2 o'clock. There's a long list of opportunities that we have provided. And I heard back from a lot of students on what they would like to see happen with Passion Fridays. We're getting quite a few other teachers ready to join in and sign on and host your activity that you would like to see and going from there. Okay. Thank you so much for that. And let's keep this going. So, the focus of the week. I had so many things to talk about for the focus of the week. I had to do 2 different slides and I had to crunch everything in here. So, advisory lessons are now Monday mornings, starting at 9 o'clock from 9 to 10, Monday mornings. This is not an optional class. A lot of people thought that the advisory was optional. It's not an optional class. It is a required class, and all students are expected to attend all classes which are the same, including advisory, academic enrichment, related arts, the same as you would your math, science, social studies, and language arts. So from 9 to 10 every morning, every Monday morning, your advisory lessons will begin. We will continue a series with Lead for Change and moving forward from there. Also, I'd like to let you all know that the grading period does end this Friday, the 15th. Be sure to submit any outstanding work, and report cards will be distributed and available. Sorry, let me be more specific. Report cards will be available via student and parent portal by the 27th of this month. We always have to give teachers time to finalize grading or what have you, but students use that time to get all your work submitted by then so that you can, so that your grade reflects how much you actually know and comprehend. As another reminder, on the 18th of this month, which is just next Monday, it is Martin Luther King Jr. Day, and we do not have school that day. It allows us to consider a day of service, of work toward what he stood for, what have you. So consider doing something, consider a virtual service opportunity. I highly encourage you to do so in your own community. Maybe you decide, well, I can help in cleaning up the neighborhood. I'll walk the street with my brother or sister, what have you, with a trash bag, and just start picking up in the neighborhood. Or maybe you can clean up the local park or what have you. Anything, a day of service. Don't look at it as, yes, I get to just sleep in and do nothing. Think of it as a day on. What can you do to make your community and your things around you better? Okay. Another reminder of keep attending your live lessons, all your live lessons. Just note this. Attending your live lessons, what we found was a direct correlation between those who attend all their live lessons and those receiving good grades. Not attending live lessons makes it so much harder for you to receive good grades because they cannot tell how well you are understanding, engaging, and participating in your lessons of the instruction. So those who are attending their live lessons and participating, they're getting the higher grades. So see how you can make that happen as well. Want to also let you know the digital citizenship class. We have a couple assignments posted in there that we are challenging you to do. For instance, the hometown hero. Those submissions are ready, and we're looking for those submissions. Think about who you would recognize as a hometown hero. Sure, we look at people who are already doing great and wonderful things, and they're highlighted and doing as excelling at what they did. But guess what? They started just like you and I, right here in the house at Farnsley or what have you, doing everyday things. So think about the people around you. How could you highlight those people around you about somebody who's doing wonderful things? Maybe it's someone who is over a community center. Maybe it's your grandparent who works hard at doing just what they need to do to help each other out and help others out. Maybe it's you or your sibling or your big cousin or even your little cousin or what have you. Okay. So take a look and think about the friend next door, the family member, or what have you, and think about, wow, you know what? You do an exceptional job, and you're going out of your way to make things happen, whether it's for you personally or for others as well. But recognize someone who is a hometown hero. We've got a lot of them out there, and they keep going and keep pushing when they get a pat on their back of what they're doing differently or what they're doing exceptionally. Another digital citizenship challenge that'll be coming up soon is History in the Making. Look for it. Ms. Satcham has a lot of things connected with that, and we will post it in the digital citizenship class so that you can move forward. I told you it's 2 slides of everything going on for the week. I'm so excited to also offer our next series in our parent engagement night. It's scheduled for this Tuesday night, January 12th from 6 to 7:30. The topic is going to be on self-esteem builder, child motivation, and encouragement. So please, I ask that you do attend. We have sent out the virtual link, and we'll continue to blast you with invitations with the virtual link for participation. We This is for parents and families, students. Don't be shy. Please join. You could learn a lot of things too. It is very pivotal, especially during this time of social separation, and I know how social many of you all are and thrive off of that. These are some techniques and tips that could help with self esteem building, child motivation, and encouragement. Okay. We always include in the session an open question and answer session that will help everyone out, that will guide us where we need to be, or answer any off the topic question. We're okay with that. Parents and families, I also offer you that there multiple administrators are in attendance, and if you have a specific question that you need, and it could be something private, we open up a separate breakout room just for you and that adult, that school official, what have you, to talk about your individual needs or issues or concerns or what have you. We are very open and honest and helpful. Okay, please consider attending. Again, it is this Tuesday from 6 to 7:30. Moving along with our series, we have a mental health wellness training. We just a re up on what is going on and making sure that we stay current and attentive to any of your needs or what have you. So we break it into segments: sixth grade, seventh grade, or eighth grade, and allow some time to be able to follow up with any student that has expressed that they would like to talk to someone or what have you. That's why you either see multiple dates or break in the dates to make sure that we follow up on all. So sixth grade mental wellness training will begin Monday, the 11th, January 11th, which is today. Seventh grade will be Wednesday, January 13th, and Thursday, January 14th, okay? And they'll follow up as they need to. Eighth grade, our counselors and mental health practitioners, they'll do all of that. Our eighth grade will start next Tuesday, January 19th, and next Thursday, January 21st, okay? So that being said, please be open and honest with anything that you're struggling with or need help with or what have you. Or maybe you thought it was nothing and maybe it is something, or maybe you thought it was so big and somebody else has the same issue going on that we can help work through, okay? Backpack defenses. Sixth grade and seventh grade, your responsibility is to continue to submit articles to your backpack now, so that when it comes to eighth grade, you can take a look and say, you know what, I don't have anything for being a prepared and resilient learner, but I did have something back in seventh grade that I could have pulled and used, and it's in there. And you can talk about and reflect on that and present that as well. So that is your responsibility as a sixth and seventh grader. Those eighth graders, please reach out to your teachers, your counselor, Ms. Hans, your assistant principal, Ms. Nethery. We are looking to help you with your backpack presentation. We help you organize it. We give you suggestions on what you can add to it. We give you any and everything that we can give you to put in that presentation, but we need you to record it and use your iPad to record yourself and your presentation. Very much like I'm doing here. You can put it in a slide deck, a Google slide, add Screencastify, which is on all your iPads, and say, all right, record and talk us through your presentation. That's it. Submit, check, done, or what have you. And so we can help you with all of those things, okay? You are not alone. It's not impossible, and we can do this together. Please allow us to assist you, okay? It is still a requirement for this year to move on, okay? So in the near future, I'd like to also remind you a couple of things. Everyone's talking about the COVID vaccine and what are the plans moving forward. So in case you have not heard or what have you, or update, the vaccination for school personnel will be in sometime in February. It will start sometime in February, but they're doing them in waves depending on the number of vaccines that we are allotted and delivered to Jefferson County. And so we will do those in waves. They will start with the um, elementary and then move into the middle school personnel and then the high school personnel. I am specifically saying personnel because there is not a vaccine available to children. Currently, there is not a vaccine available to children. But the personnel will be vaccinated. They will be offered the vaccination, and if they did choose to be vaccinated, they will be given that vaccination. And currently, it is a 28-day turnaround. It's a two-shotter. It's like you go the first time, and then within 28 days, give or take a day or two, you must get the second shot um, for you to be complete with the vaccination. 7 days after that second shot is when they are talking about, whenever that is, they're talking about, okay, we're ready for the reopening of things. Okay, so since the first set of shots will be given out sometime in February is the plan currently. We are taking a deeper dive into Farnsley's reopening plan and sharing it with our families and students to make sure they understand that this is what it will look like in moving forward. And so our follow-up parent engagement night series will be on Tuesday, February 9th from 6 to 7:30. And we will go take that deeper dive into our reopening plan and answering any comments, questions, and concerns regarding that plan. Again, we offer open question and answer session through all of those things, and however we can make you feel at ease or address any concerns that you may have. Families, if you have not completed the survey regarding your preference on how your child is returning to school, how they are continuing their education. Sorry, let me be more specific. How they are continuing their education for the remainder of this school year. We ask that you go online on JCPS online and make that selection to prepare so that we can best prepare for, okay, are we expecting this child? Are we not expecting this child? If you have already completed the survey, thank you so much for doing so. But if you have changed your mind since your initial completion and you would like to go back in and make that change, you can go back in and do so. We will get that update and we'll be able to move forward from here. We encourage all of you all to stay safe and to continue to practice social distancing and wearing your mask. Please, please, please. In order for us to get a better hold and handle of what is going on in this world, we must move forward in doing so. And so I thank you all for the opportunity and time at this time to be inattentive, excuse me, to paying attention to what is going on around us and to helping each other out. Thank you so much. And I can't wait to see you all soon. Take it easy. Have a good one.